all, my name is Serena Kershaw, and this is my Composition 2 research paper class presentation video. So, with that being said, I chose the topic beauty and fashion trends, as you most likely know. I chose this topic because though it seems like something superficial, it really isn't, and it has a deeper meaning than one may think, and I think it's very important to be talked about. In fact, I did struggle finding information on this topic because I don't think enough people talk about it, and that's why I wanted to bring some attention to it. I know I don't have that much of a platform, but I do think it's important to get the word out, let people know, and realize the way society has formed these preconceived notions. And yeah, that was sort of my topic on how fashion and beauty trends have affected our world and our women, and like globally, just not like people, as well as their environment as well. So, and like it goes greater than that because it also affects our environment and our world and the ways in which like fast fashion has come into the playing field and all of that sort of thing. So with that being said, my argument was sort of in the realm that I believe and found throughout all of this, that women are held to some kind of standard, or at least even if they may not be held to that standard, they feel that they are because of what they see on social media and just what's normalized and like popular and that sort of thing, even if it's not normal. So my argument was my argument was that women of all, like, no matter what you look like, what your race, size, anything about you is, that you be treated with the same respect, and that those things that make you different, the diversity, that needs to be something that is normalized and celebrated and really just like shown more than the things that are more unachievable for the average person. Because yes, a woman should be able to look a certain way if she wants to, but she should never she should never feel obliged to look that certain way. She should be making that decision on her own, not because she feels like she needs to because everyone else looks that way. So that is my argument, and yeah, I chose this topic because I myself, I am a consumer, I would like to say, and it is easy to fall into the giant realm of social media pushing you into buying things and wanting things and looking a certain way, and just trends themselves, especially with social media such as like TikTok Shop and Instagram and all the things that like you see for 15 seconds on your phone are truly altering our brain and making you feel like you need something when you really don't. And it goes beyond just the kitchen gadget that you see. It's also the fashion trends, and then it's the makeup, and then it's the skincare, and then it's the lip filler, and it just gets to a point where it makes you feel like you need these things, and if you don't have them, you're not good enough, you're not cool enough, you don't fit in. And I would say that's my why as to why I wanted to look into it, because I myself have like fallen into that trap, and I myself also have a younger sister, and I fear and worry for her well-being in this new time of social media, because it shows young girls a unrealistic, like very unrealistic standard of beauty and not appreciating or recognizing their own personal beauty enough. And that is where it leads into some of the things I talked about, such as eating disorders that are, they are showing to be inclining in growth. They are more popular than they used to be, and it's because of the social media and the magazines and the influencers and all those things that make people feel like they themselves are not good enough. And they're popular, eating disorders are popular in younger people as well. So it's quite alarming. It is extremely dangerous. And another argument that I would like to make, bouncing back to point number 2, would be the fact that each person needs to create their own individualism, whether that be their personal style, their personal beliefs, their personal values. Like, all of those things are extremely important to make you you. And it sounds corny, but without having your own individuality is where a lot of people fall astray from the life they deserve to live, and it affects them, like, mentally, and it damages them. And that is something that is very important to me, that people can create their own selves without feeling the pressure to be like everyone else, and feel safe enough to be their own personal self. Yeah. And then as far as my sources, I did look into the library catalogs, oh my goodness. Yeah, I looked into the library catalogs of the whole, I'm so sorry, my mind is drawing a big blank, but I looked there, and I looked into the general section because trying to narrow down the, like, library was very difficult because my subject was already hard enough. I was expecting to find a lot more information than I did, so I did have to kind of, like, rearrange and pick and choose what I wanted to research and where it was going, because at the very beginning I thought that some of the things, like, I wanted to talk about would be easier to find. I found a lot more information on, like, eating disorders in the younger generation, as well as just, like, people in general and women, but that wasn't really the entire goal of my research paper. It was definitely one of the points I wanted to hit, but not the goal. So excuse me, finding the things that I really cared about was a little bit hard, so I did have to use some search engines and find some trustworthy journals to help me out. And some of those things would include looking at my Works Cited page, but yeah, they were just like the UC Merced Undergraduate Research Journal. Just things that I did find throughout my paper, throughout my research, through the library catalog, but also the, like, just Googling a journal that was trustworthy enough. And yeah, that was probably my biggest challenge, was finding the information, but I would say that the paper came together at the end, and I am proud and happy with the outcome of what I gathered, and I do think it gets a really strong, good message point across. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you see a little bit more where I was coming from and the goals of my self with this paper, and I hope you enjoyed, because I really do enjoy writing, and something I've loved since I was younger. I'm not so much a math girl. So thank you for this class, and have a good, happy holidays.